So, if we're going to do good business in life, we need to brainstorm solutions. We need to think about stuff. We need to talk about stuff. If we've got a problem in the family, if there's issues in our community, if we're having problems with marriages, we need to do good business and brainstorm solutions. That's what Family Honesty Church is all about. Brainstorming solutions to messed up human family. Okay. Now, God equals conscience. In Romans chapter 2, you see a writing that's so amazing. It says, some people, and I add, some people who may have been abused or hurt by the God people or the Christianity people or something like that, someone who has stayed away from the God information can actually operate by conscience in a way that God approves. And people that have tons of God information can actually choose to operate in a bad conscience and not follow the information that they know. So, the goal of Family Honesty Church is just being a friend group or a family group of good conscience, regardless of how much we know about God or don't know about God. All right, then, who the heck is this guy? Who's this Grandpa Honesty guy? What's going on here? Who is this guy? Well, I have had an unusual life. When I was 16 years old, I went on a trip to Russia when it was still Sovietsky Soyuz, communist Russia. And I lost my America mind. I mean, the Russian people were so kind and so wonderful. And they didn't hate us. And the fear that was in America was actually a manufactured fear. I could tell it. And when I came home to New York City and New Jersey, I cried because I felt the blindness of the people. So, I am at present a single person. When God crashed in on me, I had been divorced. I was not happy about that. I'd never had a child. When God invaded me, my greatest sadness was I'm never going to have grown-up kids that come home and say, Dad, we love you. I just want to hang out and just do something nice. I miss being home. So, I'm a supporter for single people. I'm really into helping single people talk about the stuff, the real stuff that they're going through, because a lot of people don't have a marriage bed to enjoy, and they want to stay peaceful in their mind and in their body. So the more that we team up and do exciting things and inspirational things, the more that we help families and inspire children and read and write and pedal bicycles and work and create businesses and find other families that need some encouragement, the more that we gather together and do things, the more we can enjoy our singleness without distraction. And also, with the gathering together of single people, we are a non-stop servant team of the human family. We have fun being the favorite aunties and uncles. So again, who is this guy? Who am I? What's going on with this guy? Here's my credentials. All right. My father I did not meet until I was 40 years old. My father is a world-famous professor, Elbert Victor Bowden, Dr. Elbert Victor Bowden, world-known economist. My father, Dr. Alfred Karl Lintner, a famous school psychologist in Camden and Philadelphia area. My mother, Dean of Foreign Students at Westminster Seminary, a teacher of nursing, a juvenile psych nurse, of high professor status. My daddy who raised me was a librarian. My mommy was a librarian. We spent tons of time in the libraries. My credentials are invisible. I don't have lots and lots of degrees like my parents did, but I was raised in such a studying environment, I just learned how to study on my own. Nobody ever tested me on many of the things that I know, and a lot of my friends used to call me the doctor. Ask the doctor, he knows. So, my parents were serving the poor in rough neighborhoods, while our neighbors were enjoying the American dream and golfing and doing a lot of comfort things. My parents were serving the poor. My mom sponsored 150 Vietnamese and Southeast Asian refugees. My dad spent a lot of his time with the Camden Peace Coalition, making people aware of what's going on with our tax dollars and the fact that little kids in rough neighborhoods are not being cared for by the financial dollars from our country. And the rich people are subverting the funding. My parents are a wild foundation, and I'm finally stepping up and following in their footsteps to serve the human family around the world. That's some of my credentials.